Yes! Here we go!
What is up, guys? I'm with Labz Takes, and you guys can see my boy here. He's on the podcast with us. We got him on quick times right before the game. About to break this down with the Giants. And the Cowboys on a short week, right? It's tough for them to get some changes done right now. They probably barely had any time to do any corrections, and they got to get right into this, man. So Lou, big fan of you, man. Big fan of your YouTube page. Everybody check out my guy, Labz Takes. He's on IG. He's on YouTube as well. He breaks down a lot of analysis. He did a big podcast yesterday with Boss Cowboy. So shout out to these guys. They're doing their thing. And Lou, I'll let you take it from there, man.
Man, hey, I appreciate the kind words, especially with me, growing as well. I didn't think, I would, sometimes I got imposter syndrome. So, I don't really think I have the, acclimates that I do. But yeah, I'm just a student of the game, someone who played it and I couldn't get away from it, even as I get older. And I really love this team. I am originally born and raised in Dallas, so I'm really on like a different level, like of loving this team. This is like football is very different here. So yeah.
Yo, Lou, it's sick for you to say that, bro, because I grew up playing football. I was and it's hard to play when you're from Canada, man, and it's not out there like it is in the States. So like I grew up
Yeah.
loving it too. Played in high school. I was a middle linebacker, so grew up just loving the game, and been a Cowboys fan for like 20 years, man. And just at this point, I'm breaking it down for myself. I want the true opinion, and I think that's what you give, right? And that's why we're here today. So let's go ahead and get started, man. This is a battle for the
Yeah, I hate
NFC
you a Sooners
East.
fan though.
Yeah, man, like legit.
I'm a Longhorn fan.
You know how it
but
is,
hey,
man. I mean, yo, honestly, not even a Sooner fan. I'm just rocking CD's jersey today. 'Cause
CD,
I
oh yeah,
want this
CD.
guy to go off, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get CD to get in the game today, And I want CD to do his thing, and I want CD to be that guy. So I'm putting his jersey on today to support him. And you know what? Bringing up CD, Lou, what about Malik Neighbors, bro?
I known about this kid. I knew he was on because that's how I originally like blew up on YouTube. I was doing draft, what is it, prospect videos.
That's cool.
But I think Malik and I had his teammate Brian Thomas. And they both are turned out to the players that I seen. I just didn't think he was gonna do it with the Giants. I'm gonna be honest because I didn't trust Daniel Jones. Not much of his ability, but he got all the intangibles. He's very dangerous, and he's a rookie that's getting more of the volume every game, and he's growing his confidence. And last time we faced something like this as a Cowboys fans with a Giants receiver that was gaining confidence, we got put on the ultimate highlight, probably the best catch I would say of all time
Yo,
with
Lou, I'm
Odell
not
Beckham.
lying, bro. I watched this guy's film yesterday, and he literally looks like OBJ. He looks like he's like this next coming up wide receiver that's gonna be that guy, right? And I was breaking down the film, and they're down to throw him the ball deep. They're down to give him a jet sweep. They're giving it to him on fourth down. They're giving it to him on third down when they need a play. That's what I'm worried about, man. If Carson's shoulder's hurting and we got Lewis or something that has to go up against him, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like him and Diggs are beefing a little bit, so I'm hoping like Diggs locks him down one on one.
Yeah, that's what Boss like ended the show with, and he was 100% correct. I give him all. He said he would be 100% disappointed in Zim, especially with the added, was it, just the added, emotion to this game and what he said. I would want Zim to make Trayvon Diggs literally just mirror him the entire game, follow him the entire game, and make it a statement. Make this game, his welcome to the NFL type of moment. I don't think he had it just yet, but you can do it right now because he's played a division opponent, but that's just the Commanders. But he hasn't really faced the top dogs of the end of the division just yet, and how gritty this game can get. So introduce him today.
Yo, honestly, bro, like this is the problem, right? We're going from Quinn to Zim, and everyone's being like, "Nah, Trayvon's on the left side. He's gonna lock that side down. Like he's not really supposed to follow. Like why are we putting that out there, right? Like let this guy go do his thing and be that guy." He even said last game, like that last play's on me, right? If he wants to come back from injury, I think they need to put him in these positions early in the season to be like, "Yo, go cover this guy one on one." And if you get burnt, like whatever, it's a learning opportunity for you. You know what I mean? But yo, Neighbors had 18 catches, bro, or 18 targets or something like that against the Commanders. Like they're going at him heavy, you know what I mean? And like every single way that they can. And Daniel Jones, he's not a scrub right now. That's my problem. Like everyone's thinking this is
Yeah.
gonna be a cakewalk, but this guy threw for 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions the last 2 games. Like we need to get at him.
Yeah, I know you're highlighting Malik, but I honestly I don't believe that they're gonna attack us that way. Um, that's why I'm mad at the Cowboys. We put a tendency on film, and we have an obvious weakness. And anybody who doesn't take advantage of that obvious weakness, it's pretty much dumb. I'm gonna keep it a bean. If you, I double dog dare you to drop back Daniel Jones with our defense because you're gonna get them back in the rhythm. Teams know we love to rush the passer. We have probably the most perennial pass rusher in the league. And he's still
Yeah.
leading, even with the struggles, he's still leading the league or the top of the league in pressures. They're not going to attack us that way. I think Brian Daboll's a smart man. He's going to run the ball. He's going to find a way to run the ball. We teams have only, I think in the past 3 games, only I think the threshold of pass attempts they haven't gone over 40. Like in one, like in the combined 3 games, like it's just 16, 16, 16.
Bro, like
They
Baltimore
see the
ran the ball
film.
on us,
Yeah.
I think like 50 times. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's insane, bro.
So
Like they're coming out of run formation almost every single play. I don't know, man. Maybe this week, like that's our chance to lock Singletary down. Like he's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He is doing his thing behind that backfield. But their offensive line is kind of like ours. Like they got a little bit of a couple of high draft picks that aren't doing so great, and they spent a lot of money there. I'm hoping, man, we can get a little bit of pass rush. You know what I mean? I feel like Micah's rushed the passer like less than 10 times the last 2 games. He hasn't had an opportunity to kind of do his thing. Tuck talked about it yesterday. He wants Micah to kind of play back and play at the linebacker position, solidify
yes.
that for this week, and make us kind of not be the talk of the week of the the worst defense in the NFL. That's what we've been last 2 weeks, and I don't think these guys like it. So big opportunity tonight, but on a short week, it's hard to stop the run game like that.
Mm. That's why I believe if I'm Zim, I'm not I don't get paid the millions, but I think Zim should water down the scheme, like
Yeah.
just base everything. Yes, Tuck was right. I never believed in the narrative of Micah being a defensive end. I didn't. I played tackle. If I saw Micah at defensive end, because I'm like a strong body tackle, like the Tyler Smith type. So anybody who can get hands on him, they can move him, and you can just run at him. I believe I don't. You can never convince me, especially with physics being existing.
Straight
This
up.
man is one of the fastest players on the in the league. Like he can sideline to sideline. Do you know the amount of force he can create on a guard? You being a middle linebacker, just imagine him taking on those blocks in those double or the peel off double teams instead of like
Yo,
Damone
there's
Clark.
this is the problem. There's too much like accountability on him in the defense to set the edge, rush the passer, and then be the playmaker of the defense. You know what I mean?
Too
Like
much thinking.
there's
That's
too
what you.
there's too much, right? He's thinking about
Yeah.
setting the edge. He's looking at Lamar. He doesn't know which way to go, and he doesn't have one thing to do. You know what I mean? They got to put him at backer and be like, yo, either be a spy on Lamar, either be a
Or
spy on
go.
Derrick Henry, rush the passer, and no matter what you're going forward, he's doing way too much thinking, and it's not like we're saying like he's a dumb player. It's just a lot of responsibility on one guy that has the talent to just play, right?
Yeah, I want Micah thinking in his later years. When we get to his later years, I want him thinking then. I don't want him running with his head cut off. I wish, and maybe I need to look at the Steelers more film. Steelers film. I wish he was using him like T.J. Watt. I
Yeah.
really do. Like T.J. Watt, he's not he's never the hand in the dirt. He's used as a true edge guy. They'll rush him. They'll move him around. They'll create. See, that's the thing that pissed me off about the Cowboys. We always get taken advantage of on the matchups, but we never take advantage of our matchups. Like We praise him how he just lined up. I mean, not him, Dan Quinn just lined up. We're going against Andrew Thomas all game. We're going up against who's the
Trent
best left tackle?
Williams, bro. Like
Trent
whoever it
Williams
is,
all game.
like yeah.
Lane Johnson all game. Why not go after the guy who has the bad feet, who has the bad hips, who can't land a punch, don't have a great landmarks in his punches. Why not go against him? Because you know the strong. You see Micah every day. If you don't get hands on him, you lose the rep. So
Straight
why
up. And
bang your
Micah's running a
head?
4-4, right? Like, why not give him 3-4 steps to like start ahead instead of putting him at the line and trying to get him off like that, right? Like, give him different ops. You know what I mean? We're not saying like don't put this guy on the line and don't put him in a double A gap blitz or whatever Zim wants to do with him. But it's like, yo, put him everywhere, right? Like, let these guys like have to think a little bit and be like, yo, where's Micah on this play? Let's make sure he doesn't blow it up, and they got to change their offensive protection for that, and that's going to open up things for the rest of the guys on the defense, right?
Like
I think that's what we're missing.
I don't think people understand like offensive line in the scheme, like because there's a lot of thinking going on the offensive line.
100%.
A guy
Talk
like
about that a little bit, bro. You're old line, man. Talk about that.
yeah, a guy like Aaron Donald, a guy like Micah. We when we get the packet on Monday of the scouting report, obviously he's at the top of the list. His picture we probably know everything about him from what he ate, that morning. But we're putting so much emphasis on the guy. Like all our calls, like will go off of him. Like
where he is, where he's lined
we will
up,
abandon
everything.
sometimes our rules. Yeah. We'll abandon our rules to make sure in the company because we cannot let him get going. Because a player like him get going, someone else can get going. But you can use that to your advantage because you can like press. If it's an open wound, you can press their scab, their weakness.
Yo, Lou, this is my thing, bro. Other teams are doing this for the guys, man. They're scheming them to do that early so that we can, force a triple team to Micah because he's letting loose in the first quarter, and he did that on the first drive, and then boom, someone else is getting loose. We're not having that happen like all game, bro. It's just touchdown after touchdown every possession, man.
And you know what? Teams are doing it pisses me off because teams are doing it to us. Like I did it yesterday, I put it on the film. I showed how early in the Baltimore game, they did like a half stunt. They didn't even do the full stunt. Number 23 was in the opposite A gap, and on the hut, like it was a half slide.
And this guy's a corner, for those that aren't like didn't watch the film, like yo, Lou's going through this. 23 is a corner, bro. Like
No, he was a linebacker. 23 was a linebacker.
Linebacker.
He was a linebacker. He was on the opposite side A gap though, and there's a guy in the 3, and there's a guy in the 5, and we isolate in the half slide, and we think normally he should just go for that because he's rushing right, and Lukey was there to protect. He aborts that and he immediately goes for the hip of Tyler Guyton. Now they didn't complete the loop, but he slammed. He literally said hut and slammed all the way for goal the guard, like went behind the guard and slammed in the hip of Tyler Guyton. Teams, and you know what that told me? Teams is like, that's a message from or like, hey, I know you a rookie, and I know you struggle with double teams, and I know you don't understand the speed of this game. So I'm letting you know we didn't complete this game right here, this stunt right here, but you finna see this all game long. And they do that to our rookies. They put BB into action. They put Tyler Guyton in action all game.
Yo, this is what I wanted to highlight too, Lou. I seen film, right? I did a film breakdown on this too. They put Owe 99 on Guyton, then they put 14 Kyle Hamilton on the same right side, right? Both of them went at him, bro. And like,
so they create he had to deal with power and speed at the same time.
Schoonmaker's there, right? And like this is my thing with McCarthy. Like Schoonmaker's there right beside Guyton, and instead of giving a chip to Hamilton, instead of giving like a little chip to Owe, giving Guyton some help, these guys just let him go, man. And like, yo, Kyle Hamilton just chasing Dak from the backside. It's like, this is
I remember it was a third down play, right?
It was a third down. And then he chased Dak from the backside, and then Dak couldn't feel him, and he got him, right? And it's like, yo, that chip.
Actually, he rolled Dak away.
He rolled Dak away. He had to run
He rolled
away.
Dak away, and we caught him on the backside of the turn back protection.
And it's like, bro, we just send him one little chip, send him something on that side, running back to be there, give him a little help, like sure he's picked in the first round, but why are we putting him on skates? You know what I mean? Like let this guy kind of get some confidence underneath him.
And that happened in the first 15. And that's why like I emphasize that to boss. Like that the first 15 plays is the most important plays
Straight
for
up.
offense. And I made a video. I said he's calling it out of order. I think somebody else is because the way he called it, and it was that third down. We didn't set anything up. You rolled him away, and it was a long developing route after you saw that your offensive line. Okay, this is going to be a long game. Like you saw them already struggling. So
Yo, Lou, the thing is, like, he's trying to force the ball to Rico Dowdle. That's the problem. McCarthy's really forcing Rico to get involved in the game, and it's not working. It's like, yo, force CD to get involved. I asked Tuck this question yesterday. I'm going to ask you, too. What's our identity right now throughout the first 3 weeks for the team? Like, what's our offensive identity on the team?
The offensive identity?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have one.
So what are we trying to be, bro? Let me ask you that.
Well, I wish I would have brought it up to boss because that just caught it to me because he was like, just calm down. We saw this last year. McCarthy needs time to adjust, and I was saying, I don't think because the adjustment last year was to go lean heavy in the passing philosophy,
100%.
like
It was like, yo, let Dak throw it 40
go down the
times.
field,
Yeah.
go down the field. But I think this year this is a different challenge, and I'm saying I don't think he's going to be able to go up to it because the clear answer is to lean into opposite of what he's good, like he's known for.
I feel
It's
like
not
he
the pass
needs to lean
identity.
into the run game, and he's trying.
Yes, it's the
right?
running. It's you have to lean into the run. You have two rookies on the offensive line. You have to lean into the run in order. You have to establish a rhythm before you can do what you want to do. That is the obvious. Yeah.
And he's trying to get these rookies involved by getting them in the fire, in the fight early in the game. Let me run the ball. Let me get these guys' hands on, some guys and get them to push somebody on the floor so they're feeling it, in the first quarter. I get what McCarthy's trying to do. And, I know you do too, man. You're an old lineman, We know what he's trying to establish in the first 15, but, you're saying, it's out of whack, you know what I mean? We're not getting these successful plays in the beginning to set up the play action, and these guys know what's going on. I was talking about it with Tuck, put Deuce Vaughn in the game. We never put this guy in the slot. We never put this guy out wide.
until when? Actually, we saw Deuce in the slot win.
Literally,
the fourth quarter when we're making the comeback. And you know what? He got some key catches too. So you're right.
And yo, how are we going to have that threat when Deuce comes in the game? They're going to be like, what are these guys doing? They're running the ball. He's in the backfield. He's not doing no wheel route. He's not doing no jet sweep. They're literally going to just send their dogs on us, send Roquan Smith on him, right? That's the problem. We have no creativity. And I get, boss, we need to give McCarthy time. We need to give him some time to build the scheme and kind of adjust. That's fine. But he's playing span forward. And he's playing all these guys, Schoonmaker, he's playing Ferguson, he's playing Lupke, he's playing heavy sets because he wants to establish the run, right? Yeah. And he wants to go ahead and put these guys on the field, but it's not working, man.
I think he's close. I don't trust he can do it because, like I said, I haven't seen evidence of it. Like last year, I even with him just calling the plays, I saw evidence. He's a passing philosophy type of guy. 100%. So obvious his adjustment is going to be leaning into the pass. He has not shown me before that he likes to run the ball. And you saying I think we've seen something with Lukey. I think Lukey is low key.
This guy's running intermediate routes, catching bare passes, bro. This guy caught two fire passes, tight end. Right?
Lukey is low key. He's like a hybrid. He can be your tight end too. And if you found that,
they were talking about this in training camp. They're like, yo, working on his hands, working on him in the passing game, and we're all tripping. We're like, what are these guys talking about?
It looked very good in the end of that game. I don't care what anybody say. That was not garbage time. They were still in one high. They were still blitzing us. What Lupke did in space. He can be a matchup nightmare. Because not only that, if he can get him the ball in space, at the end of the day, he's a back at heart. And you always want to get your backs on the little guys and linebackers. They can outrun linebackers. He got a big
strike last year, man, when he messed up that Miami game, bro.
Yeah,
that 1 yard line carry. He got a big X on him where they kind of put him in the doghouse for a little bit. But he came back and he's McCarthy's his sponsor. You know what I mean? He wants him on the team. McCarthy loves him.
Yeah, and because I hate it when people's like, oh, why we still have him on the team? Because he's a fullback, and you don't see his value. But I pay attention to the
all-22. He's turning into that. Right?
I wish I'd have leaned in on that thumbnail. I said he needs to train with use check in the summer. How they have a DN forum, Like I forgot what they call.
Like a
Oh,
tight
is it
end.
or tight end for
Yeah.
him. He needs to come together with like use check over the summer and like study him. Like, and I feel like because I 100% believe he can turn into that hybrid like type. And if we can do like, he's already a hell of a blocker. I love him, especially when we go into offset eye, 22, 21 personnel.
Yo, so
Yeah.
I think we need to get the O-line help when they need help tonight. You know what I mean? We can't
I
let
think it's just
Guyton get no chips. We can't let Thibodeau kind of. He's the guy Guyton's gonna struggle against. Long arm type of guy. You know what I mean? Rushing him, kind of getting that punch in, getting him turned around. I think that's like I'm not gonna say he's Myles Garrett, but he's the same type of build where he's long, big, big stature and can get that punch in. So that's what I'm worried about with him. And I called it out last week too. I think it was BB's hardest matchup going against Justin Matabuke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a big time player that just got paid last year. And BB's a rookie.
And
100%
Pierce.
they schemed against him, bro.
Yeah, BB. I guess I'm a coin. I got to get that on a T-shirt. But I said we got 3 guards in the interior right now.
Yeah,
we're
bro.
playing with 3 guards right now. He's still got the guard like tendencies, and you can see it because he's having his
talk
nose.
about that for the fans and kind of break that down on what that is and like how that's different from a center, bro.
Oh, the guard. Well, I'm saying like right now. Well, I'm saying the issue. People think of the issue with the O-line is like ability. I'm just thinking it's cohesion.
100%.
Like we're tripping. It's you got to look at from the beginning, the steps, the landing of the punches, the double teams. We got to keep in mind we got 2 rookies on the offense. That's 2 rookies is like 2 out of 5. That's almost half of your offensive line that's new. And there's going to be a learning curve, especially for one that's used to playing guard. Now, I'm saying we got 3 guards because you can see it when we're in protections, when we're doing running back schemes or running schemes. BB likes to keep his nose in the double team for too long, and he's still at Kansas State fighting in the phone booth. Like he's still, and I love the mentality and the nastiness, but I need to have some type of level-headedness.
I feel like it's making Tyler Smith play worse, bro.
Yeah, like he's like that's why I said like every time there's a rep on the run block, somebody's on the ground. Like it's Zach Martin on the ground, Cooper Beebe's on the ground, Tyler's on it because they're fumbling over each other, and they're gonna get it.
Yo, Zach Martin's getting bear slander right now, man. Bear slander. People saying he's too old. He's the problem. We're not getting nothing in the run game.
I mean, he has regressed though. He's regressed, but he hasn't.
I feel like that's why he fought for his contract last year, right? You can't really blame him for holding out. He kind of knew that was probably his last opportunity to have a really good year before he started regressing. Like he's getting older, right? He's 2 years older.
He's getting older
now, so
yeah, he's just human. His bar. I like how Brian Broaddus put it. His bar was so high. Like if he doesn't hit that bar,
that's like Tyron
we're gonna
Smith.
know him.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's like Tyron
we're gonna
Smith
notice
one block all game. It's like, oh my god, what's happening to this guy?
Like, yeah. I mean, out of 50 snaps, if he used to give you 49 grade A's, we will see it if it's 48. Like, oh, like it's just so high of a bar, So this was, I feel like how do you fix this? Well, Solari should be on the hot seat if he can't fix this.
I don't know what he's gonna do, bro. BB's going against Dexter Lawrence today, man. That's a big matchup for me, bro. The offense is gonna have a tough time, man. Like Guyton versus Thibodeau, we got BB versus Dexter Lawrence. Brian Burns is there too. He's gonna 100% put pressure on Steele or somebody else on the other side. Like this defensive line, I looked it up. They got 4.5 sacks last week against Watson, and they got. They pressured Watson on 57% of dropbacks. So they're sending Burns and they're sending other guys too to, blitz, and they're putting pressure on quarterbacks.
That's why it's important that I still think you need to lean in on the run game. Lean on it because the end of that game last week proved it confirmed my theory. You need to establish a rhythm. That is all this offense is needing. That's why it's important you do it with the first 15. And the first 15 scripted in the beginning of the game. You need to establish a rhythm. It will benefit your offensive line. It'll benefit you as a play caller because I didn't like how you, even when in the midst of it, reading the room, how we're struggling protecting, you're still calling long developing routes. Or We need to
Still
establish
making
a rhythm.
Guyton put him in a weak spot, right, and making him like able to get exposed. That's the problem, right? We're calling these plays
Get
and
more,
putting.
get more creative with it. I saw first week you had like a tackle over. Get more creative with it with an extra 22. Get creative with it. I promise you, they will. You're not going to be able to iron out the kinks if you're not afraid to apply a little pressure to this. That's the only way they're going to fix these steps. They got to keep
I got a big
you.
question for you, bro.
Yeah,
Who's gonna emerge as our number 2 wide receiver? I don't know what's going on with Cooks right now. Like they're not even targeting him in that fashion. I feel like they need to force this conversation and force this on the field. Is it Tolbert? Is it Cooks? Is it Ferguson? Who's that second guy that's getting at least 6 to 8 targets per game?
6 to 8.
We need somebody like that. You know?
I don't know if you have a number 2. I think it's just you one, and I honestly do not know because Cooks to me is a situational guy. Like he knows how to get in the second gear real fast on the top of his routes. So that's why his best route is the corner route.
Or you know what the problem is though? We don't even like when we run them up the seam. We don't even just throw it just to throw it. You know what I mean? They do that with neighbors, and they do that with these other players, like just to put the threat there.
We don't
Dak doesn't
attack
even just,
matchups.
like overthrow it just to overthrow it. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think we attack matchups as a team either. Like we need to scheme better. I really do. I think we just go in there and we just continue to knock our head against the wall. Like we would just go in there regardless of the scheme. Like we get the scouting report, be like, okay, well, and we continue to go on about our day. No, we don't read that this corner is struggling with like I don't know, he has bad feet. Why not get a route run on him? This safety has bad hips. Why not attack him deep? We don't do that. I'm jealous of that with
I've
other
had this
teams.
problem with Jason Garrett, bro. We never used to scheme against anything. We used to just be like, our players are better than yours. We drafted all these Hall of Famers, and we're just gonna go straight up against you guys, and your best corner against our best receiver, and we're gonna make it happen. And we put a lot of pressure on our star players that way because we're not putting these guys in positions to win. When I look at Malik Neighbors, he's schemed to get open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're putting him in positions to be that guy, and they're not putting him against a number 1 corner. They're giving him jet sweeps. They're giving him different opportunities to get the ball. They're putting him in zones behind a linebacker. I'm jealous of that too, bro. Legit.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Because it's not a hard thing to do. It's not. It's just a little bit more effort. And this is what happens when you have a coach that over delegates. I mean, that's why I was saying he may need to give up the play calling, in my opinion, because I mean, if he's delegating the script, I don't think you deserve to call it because you don't know the intention behind the call. It's not about just getting yards. Maybe it's like sometimes it's about gathering information on the fly.
No, we saw Brian Dable. He was a pretty good coach with the Bills. You know what I mean? He
The
kind of made Josh Allen break out, and he got that job for a reason. I got a question for you, bro. Lou, do you think Dable would be a better coach with the Cowboys, with the personnel that we have right now, and kind of what he did with Josh Allen, and maybe having a better quarterback?
I don't think Dayball will ever. Now you get into
This
the
one's a
politics.
this one's a
Yeah,
this
you
one's
get
a
into the
hot take,
politics.
bro.
Yeah, we're not. I don't. Dayball doesn't have a. That's what Boss was saying. Dayball doesn't have a Super Bowl. We're not ever gonna look his way.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're
we're
right
we're,
about
we're
that.
never ever gonna look his way. We don't.
We're never
They
gonna
don't
come
want
for
the
like
young
that up
man.
and coming guy, right?
And I'm not even looking at it from the X's and O's standpoint. Like sometimes it's about fighting the front office.
They need the
Can
resume.
Dayball can't even handle Joe Shane. Like
Yeah.
he can't even handle getting rid of not paying Daniel Jones. Like, can I trust him? Like getting Donovan Wilson off the field?
Yo, this is whoever loses this game is going 1-3 the NFC East. This is big, bro.
Yeah.
Like
This is
this ain't no like, yo, we're playing the Giants and it's whatever. It's gonna be some cakewalk. Like legit, whoever loses this game might be the last place team in the NFC East when this is all said and done.
If we lose this team, there's gonna be some heads turning. It's gonna be, like he said,
I
it's
think
gonna be
someone
we're
needs to
gonna
get
be.
fired if we lose today. That's like
We,
coaching malpractice, bro.
it may be like 4 different things. We may see 2 coaches fired. He may owe us 2 trades. Like
I know Jerry Jones seen that petition to get him.
Oh yeah, and I definitely joined in on it too.
I know this guy sees the petition. So 100%, there's some fire that's going on at the start. You know what I mean? And yo, Lou, I'm gonna wrap this up, bro. It was so nice having you on here, man. Thanks so much for joining. We're gonna have you back 100%, and down to hop on your stuff too. Thanks for helping me grow the brand, helping me grow the channel. We're two guys here just watching film, played football, and we're in it for the same thing. We just want to get some Cowboys Nation to you know, see football through our lens, man. See what's going on with the team through the fans' voice. No state-run media up in here. And I appreciate you, Lou. I appreciate everything you do. And guys, look at Lou's channel, Lou's Takes on IG, Lou's Takes on YouTube. This guy's doing awesome work. And Lou, we'll see you back in here, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You just hit me.
TD Labz out.
Yes! Here we go!